description.
Alright, hey, this is Hans, and it's time for another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is a show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles, and today we've got this one. This is an interesting one. A fella contacted me from Poland and said, hey, do you want some samples of different things that are over here? And I was, yes, please, and they delivered. So this and the next two, as well as the last one, are all going to be Polish varieties. This one is KimChook chicken curry. This is made by Vifon in Vietnam. It looks like Vietnam is like where everything instant noodle related in Poland comes from. So that's interesting. So yeah, how's it going? Today is the 27th day of August 2020. And it is a dark, cloudy day here at the world headquarters of the Ramen Raider. And I need one of those. Okay. And we're making noodles. Because that's what we do. Even if it's hot and sunny. I don't care. So this is gonna steep for 5 minutes once I get all the stuff in here. Yeah, I have such a hard time finding European varieties. And while this is made in Vietnam, the one I had yesterday, that was just a chili flavored one. It was really good, and it was definitely made for the tastes of people in Poland, because I've had many chili varieties, and that one definitely different, and I really liked it too. So very cool. But yeah, the packet, the sachets, very standard Vifon export product stuff. You know, I've always been curious about what it'd be like to go over to Vietnam and see what all the Vietnamese non-export versions are like over there. I think that would be a fun trip. I don't know. I know there is such a thing as ramen tourism, but generally I think that has more to do with going to Japan. My friend Frank over at, isn't it instantramen.jp? He does special tours in Japan to go visit special ramen joints and stuff. I'd love to do that. That would be really, really groovy. Never been, always wanted to. But yeah, and so there's big news right now, and it doesn't have to do with anything but getting noodles, at least the way I see it. So I ordered 2 packs of noodles from Japan, and they supposedly will arrive within 2 to 3 weeks. They shipped the day before Japan Post stopped shipping what was it, consumables and anything that costs more than $100 to the United States. That was like 2 days ago, and we'll see if it makes it through. If it does, that'd be great. If it doesn't, it was only $10, and if I have to pay like an import tax or tariff or whatever, it was only like $9 because the shipping was free. So I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not okay with that, but I will. What I was thinking is, what if the box shows up and it's empty and it's got a slip saying emergency destruction order by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, CBP, and I had to pay like a fee to receive it. That That would really, really kind of irk me. We're gonna charge you a 30% fee to like receive your empty box. I don't know. But Japan Post isn't the only one who has done this, and I'm sure there's plenty more. I found out shortly afterwards that Korea's major mail service is not going to be sending stuff to the United States. As well as that, Australia Post is following suit. So I have a feeling that all these postal agencies all around the world are going to stop sending cool stuff to the U.S. And that was really a bummer. People are like, oh, well, you know. But there's the whole concept of we need to have more American product and this and that and this and that. Well, this country is really quite nice. We are not, I don't live next to like 80 factories, right? If we wanted to produce everything that we needed in this country, we would have a factory-based economy. I mean, there would be like, the air would be worse. There would just be constant industry everywhere we went. By having a strong economy, we don't have to do that, and that's the bonus. We import stuff rather than manufacture all this stuff here because the country can afford to do that. This idea that we're like, they're eating our lunch. It's like, no, we're eating their lunch. They're all this money from the United States is going to these other countries. Yeah, but we're getting stuff here because we're sending money there. Commerce. So the whole premise is flawed. There's a lot of flawed premise stuff going on. But what do you do? It's stupid. It's stupid. And I can't wait till I live in a non-stupid country again. So, yeah. I got a buddy in Canada. He's like, oh, you won't be able to get noodles there, huh? Come on up to Canada. Although I'm guessing if I went up to Canada with my family for the day and we came back bringing anything, oh yeah, we're going to need to charge you blah 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 blah. And you can't blame the border guys because it's their job. So they don't make policy. So, and I'm sure they don't like. I'm sure there's plenty of people that go over the border to Canada, bring back stuff, get stopped. Like me, that the last time I went to Canada, they stopped me and they confiscated a bunch of stuff, and then they charged me a stupid fee. It was irritating, but it's just like, you know, it's really not the agent's fault. The noodle's alright. It's nice and thick, but it definitely could use a little more time. Here's the broth. I could go with that's a curry chicken. It's got a little bit of heat to it, which kind of surprises me. I was thinking I'd do the regular thing with mint and fishball and all that, but then I realized this is curry chicken. Curry chicken isn't really I mean, it is a thing in Asia, but my guess in Poland, it's less of an Asian thing. I don't know. My mom used to make me curried chicken livers when I was growing up, and it was really good. But it was definitely more of a European kind of thing, or I don't know what. I mean, than more European style-y than Asian, that's for sure. Here's some scallions. I like scallions. And there's that. Oh, come back, come back. So rarely will you have ever seen this, but I decided it was kind of the right thing to do because I didn't feel like doing anything else. So that made a lot of sense. But I thought I would just use some canned chicken. This is the stuff my wife always gets, so it must be somewhat good. So chicken. What else would we add? Frustrated pepper? I don't know. I think that'll do it. I wish I had something that made sense like paprika or... Oh, that's more Hungarian. I'll be brutally honest. I know nothing of what I speak of when it comes to Poland, but I'm curious. And I know Poland is not Hungary. That's obvious. Yeah, this one wasn't bad. This just seems like a standard chicken curry. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching. The next one you're going to see, as I mentioned, is another Polish variety. What do you reckon that means? What's that say? It translates to goulash. And the goulash from there is, what do you call it? Porky, thick stuff. So, should be interesting. We'll see what happens on the next episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time, the finest show in the world, if I do say so myself. This has been Hans the Ramen Raider, wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.